Excuse me. Pleasure to be before you today. Make a few adjustments. Just got back from a trip out of town and then had to set up. Welcome. It's a pleasure to be before you. Thank you for joining. He Still Speaks Now. Listen. My new series of messages, Cosmetic Relationships or Cosmetic Behavior. Season 1, Episode 5. The topic of discussion is those of you who own a house or have owned a house or thinking about owning a house, there's a term that is used called make cosmetic repairs. Before you sell a house or just if you're in it, you just make cosmetic repairs. Don't really do the complete job. You do enough to get by to live in it for a long period of time. You may replace the baseboard, or you may paint it, you may change out a light fixture, but not really a lot because it's going to require money. Then if you decide to sell a house, you do cosmetic repairs to increase the value of the house, decrease the possibility of being sold to a suspected buyer, and you can share your stories about the house. But I was thinking, in our life, you and I, we do the same thing. We make cosmetic changes to our behaviors, to the things we say and do, as it pertains to us or as it pertains to someone else. When we want something, we change our behavior. As I mentioned in previous episode, the cosmetics that a woman wear, I'm not against it. But I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I'm talking about the thoughts that you think can be various forms of cosmetic, dark, light, or whatever you decide to put on that day on your physical face. When we think a thought, it is a form of a cosmetic. We either change because we heard the truth or don't change and believe a lie. And we make cosmetic changes to our behavior, changes to our appearance for he or she to like us if we're interested in them, only for a short period of time to get them to where we want them and then eventually become something else. We all are experiencing an ongoing 24/7 when we are asleep, when we are awake, during the course of our day, we are constantly thinking about thoughts. Our behavior, the things we say, define what type of cosmetic behavioral type relationship thought that you're putting on to get someone to like you, to get your way, or even as it pertains to yourself. When we're not involved with anyone, the thoughts that we think define us to us. We wake up in the morning, we think a thought. We sitting in the house, we think a thought. We on the computer, we thinking a thought. We see something on social media, it calls us, I think I'm gonna do that myself. It calls us to change our thought. In life, we always experience cosmetic behavioral relationships within self or with someone else. It's an interesting thing that I came up with the concept about cosmetics using the physical cosmetic to show you that we are no different than the cosmetic that a woman put on their face. And we are the same. We put on a behavior. We put on a concealment. We put on a shadow. We use a brush. We brush women brush their face. Do we not in life brush off people that we do not like? Do we put on people, invite people into our life because it makes us look good? Do we have that glow effect on our face? Yes, we all are experiencing a cosmetic relationship. Listen, hit the subscribe button, comment, tell me you like it, share your thoughts, allow other people to hear what you have heard. The new concept about cosmetic. You'll never look at women and even men. You'll never look at cosmetic like you used to. You'll look at it totally different. Men, no sex and no race are exempted from this teaching. In life, You own a physical house, even a car, or even a physical property. We make cosmetic changes for ourselves, or we make cosmetic changes to sell whatever, to get rid of it. We know it got deficiencies, so we make it look good, hoping that the buyer would not recognize that underneath the fixture or whatever we repair. In life, we do the same thing. We change our appearance. We change our attitude. We change how we talk. We change how we do things, especially when it comes to us selling ourselves to somebody. We have a cosmetic improvement temporarily to get whatever from whomever, only to, over the years, in a physical house, when you make cosmetic changes, especially the roof, it will eventually leak. When we put on our own, do our own cosmetic change to improve ourselves, we can only hold out but for so long, waiting for the person to like us. Or we may don't have patience and we revert back to our old nature. When we wait for someone else, then the roof thoughts that we put on will eventually be leak. And when it leaks out, leak into our mind, if you want to use that terminology, no, I'm sorry, our behavior will begin to be like a leaking roof into our house. Why? Because we will be showing ourselves, our real self, and we'll be showing other person, wait a minute, you're not like that when I first met you. I noticed that you slowly changing after we start dating. They're in the process because they use fake material, fake thoughts, fake behavior, fake things that they said to get you to like them. Then, when you are part of their life, they slowly begin to leak. Spiritually speaking, they begin to leak and reveal their true self. They start pulling away from what when they come up with a lie, form of deception, they can only hold it on for so long. Then, when they capture you or seduce you to come into their hands, or whatever word you want to use, then they begin to leak. They start showing you them real self, their real self, their real self. You say, you wasn't like that when I met you. What is the problem? And then the person may make up something, say, well, I kind of noticed that, but I kind of ignore that. Don't people, when they go buy a house, they like the house so much, it's a good bargain. They buy it without looking at the fine print or looking really around, and they discover they have termites, or they need to replace the roof, or when they go in the attic, they see like the attic is a mess. They was captured with that fake cosmetic improvement. Don't be like that. Be your real self. Yes, we can improve our appearance. Nothing wrong with that. Yes, we can improve how we talk. Nothing wrong with that. But don't try to do a cosmetic change and improvement with self for selfish means, in whatever intention you have to get something from someone, or to not do something for someone, or to get something that benefits you. That's wrong. Because sooner or later, that temporary cosmetic behavior relationship within self or with someone else, or the cosmetic improvement that you're trying to do, are going to continue. You can only do but so much. A person who do cosmetic changes in the house will eventually run out of money until they get more money. When we try to do a cosmetic improvement on ourselves, on what we say and what we say, what we do and how we dress, it can only last so long because it's not the real us. It's not our real house of a mind. We're pretending to be something we're not. And sooner or later, if the person does not buy the house, if the person is not interested in you as a house, if they don't want to deal with you, or they want to take their time, or they want to think it over, that cosmetic improvement that you have put up to show them will slowly leak. And then if they decide to get the house, they're going to say, wait a minute, something changed since the last time we spoke. So don't be like that. Don't be like that. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Share with others as individual. Like, let me know what you think. If you have a topic you want me to discuss, Tell me about it. Remember, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, hit the like. Let others know what you've heard. Thank you.